Hello, and welcome to Pursuit 365 Spirituality Show. I'm your host, Rani Sanghera, holistic healer, registered yoga teacher, psychedelic guide, and coach. Today, I'm really excited to have Nicole Fonovich with us. She is the owner of Nicole and Yoga and Holistic Wellness. Nicole, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited.
Let's just begin by you telling us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I am as well an yoga instructor, advanced yoga and meditation instructor, breath therapist, holistic practitioner. And as you mentioned, I run a mobile yoga and holistic wellness. We not only service the Arizona Valley, we service the entire population as well virtually, offering over 40 different holistic services, which is really exciting. And our team is comprised of about 90 holistic practitioners and yoga teachers.
Wow, that is amazing. So how did you get into this? How did you get into yoga?
That's a great question. Years ago, when I was about 20, a best friend of mine said, "Hey, do you want to come along to a yoga class of mine? I think you'll really like it." I had been into gymnastics as a child and always was intrigued by yoga. So I took my first class, and it was at that moment I was permanently hooked. So pursued all kinds of yoga throughout the years, but it wasn't until I was I'd say about 30 or so, actually 40, when I was approached by my yoga instructor and who said, "I think you should be a yoga teacher." And it was something that I had never thought about in my wildest dreams. And she planted a seed. And many years later, this is where it has evolved to. So it was just, just that beautiful moment, that spark that created this world in which I now live in. Yeah.
Incredible. And how did Nicole and Yoga come to be?
Well, after I went to yoga school, lo and behold, they actually make you go into the field and teach. Although I was never anticipating being a yoga teacher, I got out into the fields and really loved it, and very quickly started getting booked by corporations and offering different programs across the valley. And that required a team of yoga teachers. At the time, we started with 3 services: yoga, meditation, and sound healing. And it was 8 of us originally on the team. And over the course of time, those services expanded and grew, mostly out of a necessity, a need from the community asking for such services. And our team has expanded by people word of mouth. We pretty much all have graduated from Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, which is a beautiful holistic school right here in the Southwest, and so fortunate to be located. Didn't know that when I relocated here, but was fortunate enough to meet a beautiful community and connect, and now be able to all join together to offer these services. So it wasn't a mastermind plan behind the scenes. It just came about, and I feel that I've allowed to myself to be in the flow. Right? Rather, you make a plan, and then I heard God laughs at you. So I kind of thought, well, I don't have this master plan because I wasn't sure what it would end up being, and it's just been a beautiful ride and journey the entire time.
When it comes to being a business owner, and all businesses have their highs and lows, how did your spirituality play a role in that?
Yeah. Having faith is probably one of the driving factors, one of the anchors to get me through, surrendering to what is. knowing that everything happens for a divine reason, and having faith in, God's plan, truly. So that's been definitely something that I've embraced, not only through my journey. I've had some medical challenges along my journey, but with COVID hitting and all kinds of other challenges, faith has been a huge piece of it.
Mm. So how do you incorporate your traditional spiritual teachings or philosophies into your business?
So the intuition that we all have is something that when we still our minds and we still our bodies, we could actually hear and receive. So I work with our practitioners in many capacities, helping them hear, their inner voice, their true calling. Even if it has nothing to do with Nicole and Yoga and holistic wellness, I'm also a life coach, and that's the greatest reward. Is we do have all those answers inside of us. We're divinely guided. However, being able to ask the right questions at the right time, which I also believe is intuition and divinely guided, has been a practice that I've embraced. Additionally, when I work with the public, that intuition as well, that guidance is imperative. And that's one of the unique things we offer is a customized consultation on what holistic solutions are available for either this client or this group or this corporate conference, whatever the case is. And I immediately am able to provide recommendations as to the different modalities that would be of service to them. And immediately the practitioner whom would be the best to serve that population is connected, and the network is created. And so I completely hand over all control on, and I know that it will be provided and given in the exact way that it needs to be. Once again, that control, allowing the intuition to help guide, right? And knowing that everything's gonna, be okay. It's part of that faith, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you've used the word faith and intuition a few times, intertwined with spirituality. Where does that land for you, the meaning of spirituality?
Sure. So I came from a Catholic background. So I was raised with a very, very beautiful connection with something greater than myself, God. And through my practice of yoga, that connection has only expanded and deepened, without a doubt. I believe that, something greater than ourselves is the one of the best connections that we could possibly have, and the loss of that connection is what I see in the public a result of a lot of suffering. And so one of the beautiful gifts that I could offer is a space in which this divine connection could realign. And that is one of the most beautiful things that I could witness. So
practicing yoga off the mat essentially is what we are talking about. And how significant is that to practice yoga off the mat?
a conversation I have on a daily basis. The world is noisy, right? We have all kinds of distractions happening on a daily basis. We have the choice to digest the news. We have the choice to digest the radio. We have the choice to digest social media, right? There's a lot of information that's coming our way. And so aligning ourselves with what is to our highest good is truly where, that importance lays. And stilling the mind or practicing that off of the mat is truly that. It is allowing all of the clutter to transpire around you, but finding that stillness, right, in the midst of all of it. It's kind of like a yoga nidra training. With comedy, and the ocean is going in all different directions, but really being able to, in the midst of all the chaos, be able to stay the course and know that there's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. The polarity of life.
Yeah.
And being accepting and okay of all of it, being the flow in yoga off the mat is critical to not only my personal life, my business life, and everything around me.
Right. Everything is in, nothing is out. It's all a part of our spiritual growth and journey.
It is.
So how do you navigate the balance between respecting diverse spiritual beliefs and your yoga business and what you offer to the world?
So what I love about yoga and our practices is it's open to all religions. It really makes absolutely no difference on what walk of life you're coming to the mat through. This is a practice that's open to everybody. And whatever connection you do have to the divine or something greater than yourself, it will only strengthen. That's the beauty of it, right? So it's welcoming, it's non-judgmental, it's love, heart-centered based. And I think that makes a world of difference when helping people feel safe and secure in order to connect, right? Not only with themselves, right, but with people around them and to something greater than themselves.
Yeah. Spirituality, I think it really is about connection and deepening that connection to self. What would you suggest to someone who is seeking that connection? Where would they start? Where would you suggest they begin?
I'm a meditation girl. As much as I love all the modalities out there, meditation has had the most profound impact on my life, especially with a degenerative disc disease and having many periods of stillness in my life where movement was unattainable. Yoga Nidra has been the best tool for mental health care over the course of so many years, and it's attainable by everybody. It's also free. So there are many, many resources not only available on YouTube. There are, of course, we have as well a YouTube channel with lots of resources, a Facebook page. We did a meditation for the community today at the Chamber of Commerce, open to the public and streamed live on our Instagram and Facebook pages. However, Kamini has a I Am Yoga Nidra app, the best $3.99 I've ever spent in my life. The app contains 7 meditations. You could use them when you don't have access to Wi-Fi. They're a great tool to help managing your health. It does so many things.
Yeah.
It says oxytocin, melatonin, serotonin, resets the central nervous system. Great for depression, anxiety, stress. These are major things going on in the world today, right? It speeds up recovery. So for someone who has had foot surgery or back surgery, it really helps speed things up, releases DHEA, human growth hormone. I mean, these are some profound things that is the key. Meditation is the key to unlocking so many beautiful things that we already have within. So how many people are meditating 5 times a week? That's the goal. Because imagine how much less of everything there would be out there if that was a practice that we all personally did. We would change the world. We would.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a beautiful practice, and one that really leads to connection. And you can have very spiritual awakenings in meditation. Like it's very possible.
It is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other thing that I've come up against, I'll say, is as a meditation teacher, I've had a lot of people just say, "Oh, I don't do that. I cannot meditate. I cannot." What do you say to those people? How do you get them to buy into meditation?
I used to feel the same way. Literally, I did not learn to meditate until I became a yoga instructor, and it was like a gift to us on the last day of class. And I was exactly like that, completely resistant. That was me. And I did yoga since I was 20. So this was ludicrous. And so this meditation that we've been trained in the Amrit method is a guided sleeping meditation. So this is something that we bring into hospice. We bring this into schools. We bring this into senior community centers. We bring this into behavioral health facilities. This is attainable by everybody. You just have to be open to trying something different. And what I like about it is it's guided, whereas most meditation is like seated upright and silence. Well, that's what was unattractive to me. It did seem like something with my back that I could even do. So when this was introduced to me and I experienced it the first time, I got up from it and I said, "What is this?" And I need to learn everything there is.
Yeah.
So I could guide people to this beautiful, blissful place of utter relaxation, right?
Yeah. And then beautiful thing about yoga nidra is that what sets it apart from other types of meditation is that it begins with intention. It begins with intention. And so if you want to work on something, you want to connect to something, you want to release something, that can be in your intention.
Exactly. So it's
Mhm.
customizable, right? Based on what it is that you're needing at that moment. And then the other piece I'll mention is music meditation, kirtan. Just to briefly touch on that, that's a way to meditate through music, and another universal approach to meditation. Some people don't gravitate to, laying down, doing traditional style or whatever meditation.
Yeah.
There's music meditation as well.
Yeah. And music meditation, it works by vibration.
Yes.
So it starts to shake things up, literally shake things up in the body.
Yes. Emotions that are stuck, right? It helps facilitate that movement out. Yeah, it's a beautiful alternative to talk therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. If that's not your thing, there are other options for you out there, right?
Yeah.
But along with yoga nidra and being a yoga teacher, you also you're a breathwork facilitator as well. And while you've worked through all of these different modalities, what is one of the biggest transformations or shifts that you've seen in a client? Maybe you could share a story.
Yeah, so that's a great question as well. One of the most beautiful stories that recently came about was I worked with a male client who was in his upper 60s, and we were doing a beautiful breath therapy session, which is a profound change work, shadow work, and he was able to release some shame and some guilt that he had been harboring since he was 5 years old. And his mother had told him there was no Santa Claus. Yeah. So he didn't realize that his entire life he was harboring these emotions and these feelings. And what he had said is it basically took the fun out of life for him. And he had been, this hole in his heart had been there his whole life. Right. He didn't even know it was there. In fact, when he started talking about it, he burst out in tears. He was shocked that this was the cause root of the suffering that he had been having, boiled down to what we would imagine as something possibly non-significant. However, every soul has different things that come up. It doesn't have to be abuse. It doesn't have to be something as dramatic as we sometimes think with trauma, but something so small to some could be so significant to others. And so it was beautiful to help this gentleman do such profound healing work. He can now have different eyes for the world and receive his children and his family and the upcoming events in his life with true happiness. Right?
Yeah. It's beautiful to watch when integration happens. Essentially, that is what's happening here. You were able to face a trauma. No, how big or small, it doesn't matter. Trauma is trauma. And then to integrate that and to allow the emotions to happen, because when we're going through the process of trauma, we are told to stop breathing, or we do naturally stop breathing, push it down,
Right.
we tighten our muscles. It goes here. It sits here for a very long time, if not forever for some people,
60.
until we have healers like you come along. And then there is a release, and then there is integration, and then there is space and opening and more capacity for love. That person gains a larger capacity for love. And isn't love spirituality? Yeah. Incredible. Thank you for sharing that with us. What a great story. So now that we're talking about spirituality is showing up all over the place. It's showing up in business. It's showing up in schools. And how do you think it's going to affect, that evolutionary process of humanity right now? I think we need it, but you're also seeing it sort of seeping into all of these different areas.
Yeah. I think when it comes to the public and spirituality, so many people have varied beliefs, right? They come from so many varied backgrounds. And so I really feel that being open and receiving to all of them, right? Whatever it is that person brings to the table, which is their way of connecting, right? It's to honor that way, whatever it is. It's the connection is the most important thing, whatever route is chosen to get there. So, being open to all walks of life in public settings, I think, is going to be imperative as we grow.
Through your own spiritual journey, as you've been learning along, as you've walked through life, how do you think your own personal journey sort of has a parallel to the work that you do? How does it help you when you're helping clients?
How does my personal journey?
How does your growth and spirituality that happens over the year, how does that help you in your work?
Yeah.
How has that changed or shifted it?
Yeah. So I truly believe that my journey through life, my experience has undoubtedly made me a fabulous applicant for what it is that I do, which is my passion right now. So, my unique path of growing up, my unique path of my medical struggles with my back, medical struggles with childbirth, and things of this nature, has all allowed me to not only embrace Western medicine. However, I've complemented everything that I've done in my life with Eastern medicine. And so I have the unique capacity to talk with a potential client and look at it from both sides. If it's something that holistically we cannot serve, then they're recommended off of our team to someone in the Western side of things who could fully support them.
Mm.
And that is a very unique perspective. However, if there's something on our Eastern side that can further enhance their growth or journey, that's when that recommendation is offered, right? We don't want anyone under our umbrella who wouldn't benefit from being under our umbrella. And so my direct experience through my life has allowed me to take lemons and turn it into lemonade, so to speak. And everything that I've been through helps me to hold space more effectively and unconditionally for anything someone is going through or experiencing, right? And at the same time, be able to provide a tool that could walk with them through that journey, that experience, to help them get to the other side. Because I did it, right? It's speaking from firsthand experience versus trying to talk about something I know nothing about. It's
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You do, I believe, as a facilitator, as someone who is holding space, you need to be on your own personal journey of growth and healing as well, because you can only take your client so far. Right.
Right.
So is there anything else that you have coming up? Are you any offerings with Nicole and Yoga and holistic wellness? Is there anything that you'd like to share with our audience?
Yeah. So we do offer a virtual and in-person monthly meditation, and we stream that live on our Facebook page and our Instagram pages every single month. So it's a fabulous place to go for some healing. As well as on those channels and on YouTube, we have hundreds of videos of beautiful offerings: yoga, meditation, sound healing, chair yoga, yin yoga, kid yoga, literally every kind of yoga imaginable we have put together just as a resource. Most of them were done during COVID. We are, looking for followers, of course, on our Facebook page and Instagram page as well, because we're constantly announcing stuff. But we mostly work one-on-one with clients virtually who are looking to do some deep trauma work, offer hypnotherapy, life coaching, nutrition coaching, things of this nature. Locally, we offer a lot of yoga and meditation and sound healing here in Arizona, and we love working with anyone who's interested. So check out our website, NicoleandYoga.com. You could jump on our newsletter, and we would love to keep in touch.
That's great. So if there's anybody watching and you do want more information on Nicole and yoga and holistic wellness, we will have all of the links provided to you in the comment section below. Nicole, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate you taking the time and sharing your knowledge with us today.
Thank you.
I hope to have you again on the show.
Part 2. Thank
See
you
you soon.
so much.